The Kansas City Royals travel to Globe Life Park in Arlington to take on the Texas Rangers, who sent out their left-hander Mike Minor, who's having a very good season so far, 17 starts with a 2.50 ERA, and in the top half of the first inning, Jorge Bonifacio would hit a ground ball over to Ruben Seaver at third, bobbles it, they count it as a hit though, so it's a single for Bonifacio, but then Schimpf would go down swinging for the third out of the inning, so it's still scoreless. Mark Leiter Jr. would be the opposing pitcher, making his 16th start. He's got a 3.22 ERA so far for Kansas City, and with one out in the bottom of the first, Leodis Tavares goes down looking. After him, Nomar Mazara goes down on a curveball, and Leiter gets through the bottom half of the first. Onto the bottom half of the second, didn't go so smooth. Odor destroys a pitch into the right field seats, absolutely crushed a solo shot. It's a 1-0 Rangers lead. Onto the bottom of the fourth now, Joey Gallo is going down swinging. After him, Ronald Guzman gets a hold of one. It's going to keep just carrying and carrying and carrying and hits off of the wall as Soler cannot put it away. Ricochets away from both outfielders. Phillips eventually gets it into the cutoff man, but it's going to be too late as Guzman has an inside the park home run. It's now a 2-0 Rangers lead, and then Odor would go down swinging on the drop third strike, so it's a 2-0 game. We move on to the top of the fifth. Checking in with the Royals bats as Margot lines one right at Ruben Seaver. Another look at that one. Cat-like reflexes from the Texas third baseman. Onto the bottom of the fifth now, where Willie Calhoun's going to hit a ball into the left center field gap. That's going to be an easy double for him as that gets up against the wall. After Calhoun would be Ruben Seaver, who grounds a ball over to second base. It's an easy out, but it does move up Calhoun to third base, as then Justin O'Connor would rip a ball off of the left field wall. It's going to be an RBI double for him. The catcher makes it a 3-0 lead for the Rangers. And now on to the bottom of the sixth we go, where Nomar Mazara hits the ball past Smith at first base into right field. After him, it's Joey Gallo going opposite way past Marwin Gonzalez at third base, so back-to-back singles for Texas. It's first and second with Ronald Guzman at the plate. He's going to hit a ball in the left field. It's going to score one, another run credited to Ronald Guzman, so it's now a 4-0 lead. Jose Torres now on for the Royals as Leiter's day is over. He would strike out Odor, the first batter he faces. After that, it's Calhoun. Looks to ground into an inning-ending double play, but nobody is covering first on the tail end of it, so it's only going to be a fielder's choice for Calhoun. But it's no big deal because Torres then strikes at Seaver for the third out. Onto the top of the seventh now, Jorge Soler at the dish. Mike Minor still on the hill, and Soler sends a ball to deep center field into the grass. A solo shot, and the Royals are finally on the board. 4-1 is the score now. Onto the bottom of the seventh, where Orlando Meadows is making his Major League debut, recently called up to replace the injured Sean Gilmartin, and the first batter he faces is his first Major League strikeout. O'Connor goes down swinging, then Andrus goes down swinging, and can the man do it? The Madmen did it. He strikes out the side in his first Major League appearance. Onto the top of the eighth now, where Alex Claudio is on the hill, the left-hander, the slow-throwing left-hander for Texas. And with one out, Mabrys Viloria is going to hit a ball to left field. Joey Gallo cannot cut it off, so it's going to get to the wall. That's going to be a double for Viloria. And then that brings up Jorge Bonifacio with 2 outs. He hits the ball up the middle. Viloria gets the turn sign around third, and he's going to score all the way from second. It's now a 4-2 ball game. Pavin Smith now at the plate, hits the ball into left center field. That's going to get all the way up against the wall. Bonifacio scores from first base. An RBI double for Pavin Smith, and it's a 1-run game just like that. Jose Leclerc comes on for the Rangers on the top of the ninth, looking for the save, and then Soler hits a single into right field as the first batter up, and then with one out, Marwin Gonzalez would rip a ball into left center field into the gap. Soler is going to score all the way from first base, and Marwin Gonzalez ties this game up. Leclerc blows the save. We're now on to the bottom of the ninth, where Kelvin Herrera comes on for the Royals, and he does his thing. Rougned Odor goes down looking. After him, it's Ruben Seaver going down swinging. After him, Justin O'Connor also going down swinging, 101 right past him. Onto the top of the 10th where Jake Diekman was on for the Rangers, and with 2 outs, Pavin Smith gets a hold of one, and he sends that over the right field fence, a solo shot for Pavin Smith, and the Royals take a lead in extra innings. Huge home run for Pavin Smith. Now it's just up to Kelvin Herrera on for a second inning of work to shut the door, but Elvis Andrus has some other plans. Bloops one into right field for a base knock. After him, Taveras would strike out, but then Andrus goes and swipes second base. He's in there, gets himself in a scoring position. Nomar Mazara then gets the job done, hits a ball past, then Gonzalez at third base gets down the left field line. It's going to drive an Andrus, and the game is tied up at 5 now. Delino DeShields comes in to pinch run for Mazara. Familia replaces Herrera, and Familia proceeds to strike out the first batter he faces in Joey Gallo. So they're just 1 out away from fighting another inning, but instead Ronald Guzman hits a ball into right center field. Delino DeShields scores easily, and the Texas Rangers walk this one off over the Kansas City Royals here in the bottom of the 10th inning, thanks to an RBI hit from Ronald Guzman. He would get player of the game honors. He was 3 for 5 on the day with a home run and 3 runs driven in. Calhoun was also 3 for 4 for them. Mazara was 2 for 5. Rougned Odor had the monster solo shot back in the second inning. Kelvin Herrera gets credited for his first loss of the season, while Jake Diekman gets the win despite giving up the go-ahead home run that was eventually eliminated by the Rangers in the bottom half of the inning. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Kansas City Royals Baseball. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.